Today I'm here in the historic county of Northumberland in England, famous for its castles and kippers, bloody battles and border brawls. Taking a gentle stroll along the country lane, enjoying the good weather and the scenery, and then I stumbled across these posts. What are they and why are they here? I saw one in Haltwhistle about a year and a half ago, 42 miles away, but didn't really understand what they were for. So I decided to do some research to see if there is an interesting story attached to them, and here's what I found. After doing a bit of research, these posts turned out to be marker posts, safety marker posts for the Gas National Transmission System. It's a high pressure sea gas pipeline network, bringing gas to homes and factories from terminals all across the country. So how did it all begin?
Oil was by now the world's favourite fuel, cheap and plentiful, and Britain led the world in turning oil into gas and pushing it at high pressure through local networks and into the mains. This was the beginning of the era of high-speed gas.
People who move with today's high-speed world use high-speed gas.
Of the slogans that spoke of the instant fuel, clean, immediate, controlled, there was a new confidence in the industry, and the consumers responded, first in the home and then in the factory.
It's one big lazing, eating, bathing, basking world when you make the most of high-speed gas.
Those two great engineering achievements, the high-pressure gasification of imported oil and the importation of liquid natural gas, transformed the gas industry. The discovery of gas in the North Sea set the nation alight. Offshore, the technology got all the publicity. Onshore came the great conversion. Not since St. Augustine set foot on the Isle of Thanet were so many people converted by so few in such a short time, and stories abounded. My favourite is of the woman who complained that her food tasted different cooked by North Sea gas. She wasn't adding salt. She thought that the gas would be salty enough. The truth is that 13 million homes were converted in 10 years, with the minimum of fuss and within a budget. It was, somebody said, perhaps the greatest peacetime operation in the nation's history. And that was only the half of it. What happened in the back kitchens of Britain was as nothing compared with what was going on underground. The building of the National Transmission System for natural gas is an engineering feat of which Brunel himself would have been proud. It can be compared with the spread of the railways in Victorian times. But there is one big difference. Scarcely anyone knew that it was happening. I often wonder how they thought the gas got from the North Sea to their homes. The underground system, which is still being extended, is a national high-pressure network of 3,300 miles of steel pipeline. In turn, this network feeds regional medium and low-pressure mains over 40 times longer again. Farmers agreed to have the pipes laid across their land, knowing that they would be out of sight and leave no scar. But the gas needs a push. At strategic locations along most of the high-pressure pipelines, compressor stations boost the flow of gas. Offshore gas comes on shore at 5 terminals around our coast. It handles 4,000 million cubic feet of gas a day. And that's 4 times as much as the whole country consumed before there was North Sea gas. At each of the 5 onshore terminals, they make sure that the gas is up to specification, blend it, and then meter it. Then off it is piped around the network, unseen, no pylons, no coal trains, no tankers cluttering the roads. And when they burn it, there is no smoke, no grit, no ash. Nothing to upset the environment. The industry makes great store of that. There will be gas this century and next, rest assured.
That's how the gas network was created. So what about our pipeline here? Can we find evidence of its true path in the area? Let's take a look. Here on a map of Branton ponds, you'll see there are two separate ponds and they're divided by a walkway. And underneath that walkway is the pipeline. And we know that because at the top of the walkway is another marker post. And that marker post is red and white. You may have seen it in the video earlier, but it's very hard to see from the main road. Here you can see the dotted path of the pipeline is coming from the southeast going to the northwest, and it splits right down the ponds. Turning to Google Maps, I'll just show you that in reality. There's where I am now, where the cursor is, and then there's the split in between the ponds, and there's actually a path over the top of the pipeline which is buried below. And you can't see that, but there's a marker there for the gas network pipe further in. Here we're looking at the other side of the road, and the predicted path is southeast and then south, and it goes over the Branton burn, and you can see on the map it looks like a grass bridge, but in fact it's probably a raised bridge over the burn, and that's the route it takes south. Prior to 2016, the land was a sand and gravel quarry owned by Cemex, and they converted it to what it is today as part of an agreement for the planning permission for the quarry originally. In 2016, ownership of the quarry was passed on to the Hedgeley estate, and it was left as a nature reserve. The gas national network story doesn't just end there. The network is slowly being modernised and transformed from the old gas types, including sea gas, to hydrogen gas, all in the interests of ever-changing energy and environmental demands. But that's a whole other story. If you're still watching this video, please like and subscribe and add a comment. This is part of my Hidden Britain series, In Plain Sight, albeit this one is hidden underground.